Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Brock the Collector here, coming back to you with the Star Wars The Black Series Collection video, 2022 edition. Really quickly, I just wanted to thank you guys for letting the last Star Wars Black Series Collection video be one of the most viewed videos on the channel, 28,000, so I gotta thank you guys so much for that. But hey, I usually end up talking a lot at the beginning of these things. We're just gonna go into it, but let me just say that 2022 was really just the year of backtracking for me. The last wave I actually picked up, I think was I actually have figures from, is, of course, the Obi-Wan wave with the Reva figure, but I still don't have all of that wave yet. Because, I mean, this year, with the MSRP, sales and eBay lots have been my friend as far as securing deals on these figures. But it's actually ended up working out this year. I think I've gotten the most amount of figures I ever have, 100 and something. I think it's over 100 figures this year. But yeah, those eBay lots be coming in clutch. But backtracking was the theme of this year. I knew that they weren't going to ever really return to sequel figures as much. So what I did was I just decided to go back and get the ones that I wanted. I wanted Praetorian Guards, and my sister actually bought me 4 of them off of eBay all in one lot. Hope that she got a good deal on that because these guys are expensive on their own. That was a nice little Christmas gift of her last year. So yeah, finally got my display looking all nice and sexy for y'all to see and for me to walk y'all through. Put the white guys back there with the red guys up here. Got those two Galaxy's Edge 4-packs on sale. Got the last Galaxy's Edge pack from 2019 and put the lightsaber with Kylo up here. Got that 4-pack for, I think it was $60, so I'm really happy about that. One thing with my display I just made that's kind of new this year, exclusive to this year, and is I have the heroes in sort of dueling motion. So yeah, got that. Got that Knight of Ren back there for cheap this year. I think I got it for $10 off of Walmart. And I just have him hiding behind Kylo Ren because it makes me sad knowing that we're probably never going to finish the Knights of Ren. It is what it is. All that is stuff that you've seen, I believe. Really, really, really sad that my Rey fell and broke her lightsaber, because that is one of my favorite lightsabers in this line. It's such a deep blue, and it was just so beautiful. But it is what it is. Porgs. Plenty of porgs. Holiday porgs, regular porgs. All I see, though, is some delicious, delicious, delicious porg meat. Here we have Cardinal and that commander right there. Got this guy loose, but got this guy out of box. Again, solo collection. I'm sad that Tobias, L337, and what's his name, Rio Durant will never find their way over here. At least not soon, but bro, their prices just skyrocketed out of nowhere. I was playing the long game on them because I had seen how cheap that they have been before. So I just figured, if I just wait a little bit longer, but now they're to a price that I just cannot accept. If you guys hearing creaking again, as I said last year, I'm on my bed right now, so I'm sorry, but just work with me. Some Rogue One people. I love Rogue One, but of course y'all know this movie's history on the shelves. So what I did was I just waited for sales on all these guys. Ended up getting these 3 for like $14 actually, and ended up getting these 3 for $11, I believe it was, off of GameStop. Nice little cop. Our beautiful Snowspeeder, man. I'm so sad that they canceled the vehicle line. But, I mean, it didn't sell great. And to be fair, none of the vehicles I bought, besides the Mandalorian speeder, I bought for retail price. But, hey, bro, if there could have just been some of us out there buying this line so that it couldn't die, bro. It was one of my favorite things about the Black Series line. The vehicles and the little display pieces. But, oh well. All that's in the past now. Which segues us into the Rebels section. Here's, of course, again, the Rebels team, which y'all have seen before. I don't remember if I had Kanan holding the holocron that came with Cal Kestis there, but I do now. I got a Hoth lot in which I was able to secure this Wampa, but it came with like 9 figures, and that got the price per figure down to like $20. So it was worth it for the Wampa and the extra Rebel Trooper. It came with some Imperial Troopers as well, but it also came with an extra Hoth Leia, which I didn't really need, but I'm passing off as a Rebels Leia that had, you remember how she was in, I think it was season 1 of the show, when she was young and little. And of course, got those Rebels up there. It of course came with another Luke that I'm just passing off as another regular Hoth soldier. Space over here for some Andor figures. Andor, loving the show, but not $25 for those figures, man. And those figures are kind of blandish looking, so I'm sure that they'll go on sale. Hopefully. It would be nice to get a Mon Mothma, though. Got a little white Chewbacca over here. It's the holiday edition Wookiee, of course. But if you guys were ever into Lego, then you'd remember Lego had a little teeny tiny poly bag, which came with the white Chewbacca figure. And that is what I'm paying homage to. It is beautiful up there. I like that. I'm passing it as a Hoth Chewbacca, if you will. Of course, the Rebels over there. My favorite looks for our original trilogy heroes is, well, not my favorite looks in movie, but my favorite figures for them. These are their best executed figures, in my opinion. The soft goods is crazy good. And man, they just look so good together. Got that land speeder up here. Got that earlier in the year. I'm sad that I didn't get the land speeder back then, like the whole set when it was cheap for like $20, $30. But I did just get this loose this year for $30. And it came with all the pieces besides the Luke figure, so I took it. It even came with the gun that Luke had. So yep, got Tebow up there. This is, of course, the Legends Luke, the Heir to the Empire Luke, with the Tibidon Station backpack. That is the only change I made to him. What was supposed to be my Kenobi section is now just Obi-Wan and Kenobi, because I have my Kenobi figures sprawled across the shelf in weird different places. So what was supposed to be the original Obi-Wan section is now just Wandering Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, all alone. But hey, I mean, eventually I'm sure that they'll come out with more figures from the show that I'll be able to put over here as time goes on. Hopefully. Yavin Luke with the Han and Carbonite, a piece which I love. Our beautiful modal nodes here with Figrin Dan, Nayland Cheel, Tedin Dahi, and Ledin Karn, or something like that. And yes, I did cut to Google those names, and yes, I did still pronounce them wrong. But yeah, no, I do plan on getting all 7 of the modal nodes. But the only thing is, it's really just time, and waiting for sales. Got all these guys on some sort of sale of some sorts. The Hasbro Pulse sale for him. Those two on a different, on an Amazon, with Amazon coupons. So it was like $17 a figure. Yeah, just gotta wait for stuff like that, especially in this modern day with the prices. Got that guy in front of Wedge Antilles and Snowspeeder Luke. Of course, came in that Hoth lot that I bought. I think I got this Lando figure literally the day after I posted the collection video last year, but it felt like a figure which I had before for some reason. Like, it felt familiar for some odd reason, but it is nice to have him here so that y'all can finally see next to Boushh Leia. So got those two going along. And as you'll see coming down, we don't run out of original trilogy characters in this line, which I'm not complaining about. Got our technically, it is episode 3, but episode 6 Lando. Next to my favorite iteration of Chewbacca in the line, with also my favorite iteration of C-3PO in the line, my favorite figures of them. Not my favorite iteration per se, but hey, these are beautiful figures, man. This is the Amazon exclusive set. I gotten it on sale a few years ago, and I love having those 4 together. It may not be movie consistent, but it is look consistent, beauty consistent. Here is unexpectedly one of my favorite figures from this year. Leia, Yavin Ceremony. It just looks gorgeous, man. The soft goods are great. And I don't run out of Leias. The Leia that I paid full price for this year is the comic book Leia, because I love that figure and I love that comic book. Here is the Ewok Village Leia I just got for Black Friday sale, along with the New Hope Chewbacca I just got for a Black Friday sale. And getting that made me realize, damn, I want a version of Chewbacca from every single Star Wars movie. So yeah, sure, I will slide on that Return of the Jedi Chewbacca. When it goes on sale, that is. Here is Tito. Tito, right? Is Tito actually the name? the Jawa from Kenobi, along with Cal Kestis back there. I'm not proud of the way I have him posed, but I'm trying to conserve on flight stands right now. So when I get another set of flight stands, I'll put him behind the Rebels in a sort of jumping pose. Beautiful bounty hunters back there, but y'all have seen them. I just changed up the poses a little bit, but y'all know all of their names. And if you shouldn't, you should be ashamed of yourself. Here is my mind's eye version of our three heroes. Our three heroes, really. Lando, that's my mind's eye version of him. The Empire Strikes Back is my mind's eye version of all three of them. Whenever you ask me, hey, who's Lando Calrissian? That's the image that comes to my head. Same for Han Solo and Princess Leia Organa in front of Dagobah Luke and Yoda. Another exquisite set. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And my only R2-D2 I have. So I have him holding Lola on his little spike piece that comes out of him. And yeah, love those two. Love that together. And a little Bogling. Boom. Now we're going to be moving into some Imperials. Pretty sure that Pia is another figure I got late last year after I had made the collection video. So there he is. This is usually where my Imperial ranks go, but I have Imperial officers scattered throughout this shelf. With that Tala figure coming out soon, it made me realize that one perfect potential for that body is a Yasan Isard. I don't know if y'all know who she is, but I'll throw up some pictures right now. In Legends, bro, especially after the fall of Palpatine, she was a problem, bro. Like, she killed tons of people when she erupted that Super Star Destroyer out of the ground. She was a really big problem in the X-Wing books and some comic books. And I just love to have a figure of her, man. Also, if you played the Empire at War game, she's also pretty big in the Thrawn's Revenge mod with her and her Lusankya. So I'd love to have her. But also there's some plenty potential for other woman figures on the woman suited or the woman Imperial body. Like we could get a Natasha Dalla, a Dedra Miro, like plenty of good figures. So let's see that happen. A Rey Sloane, if they know what likeness that they're going to use. Here we got some Kenobi figures. So just for some context, I don't have wave 30, whatever wave it is, 9. The one with I think it's the Grand Inquisitor is in there. So I don't have that yet. That wave has not come in time. So I'm sitting here and I'm dealing with these 3, but it has made the shelf pretty full, to be fair. So yeah, that just kind of, it is what it is. And I'm waiting for sales on the rest of the figures from that wave. But that's a really nice looking wave. Usually most lightsaber people I pick up automatically. Vader right there. This is the Vader I think of when I think of the Empire. Like if you showed me a picture of art with like Vader just commanding stormtroopers, I automatically go to episode 4 with Vader marching up into the Tantive 4. This beautiful new stormtrooper body mold. But that is actually the George Lucas stormtrooper. Both of these are. Yeah, nice looking. Beautiful looking figures. Got some more Imperials. These are really the new figures here. Got this short troop. I love how Target, when it does sales, you can basically like, they do sales on stuff that's not even released yet. So I got this Scarif Trooper and that Imperial Ferrix Trooper for sale before they even came out. So yeah, I managed to slide on those. Most of those other figures I'm waiting for sales on. Most Imperials I wait for sales on unless they're like a Stormtrooper, because most of them do go on sale, really. All those Imperials that y'all have seen me have before, the old Imperial body molds, or the old Stormtrooper body molds, the new Stormtrooper body molds will be going up here. Along with Scar Squadron. Yeah. It'd be nice to have more Inferno Squad agents, but it really wouldn't matter without the unmasked heads. So, like, you might as well just get 4 of those guys if you wanted a full Inferno Squad. But I'm still holding out hope. If they do unmasked heads for Janina Gavankar and the rest of those guys, that'd be mad, mad cool. Got a Stormtrooper back there. That's actually the Mandalorian Stormtrooper that came out back in 2020. Here we have the new Riot Patrol Trooper on a nice flight stand there in a sort of cool pose, like he's lunging at Cal. Can you imagine being on the receiving end of that lunge right there? That's crazy. Although I'm acting like any trooper is that acrobatic. If I'm being honest, it's more like he jumped off of something. And he's just being dramatic with that pose right there. Come on, you know he's just going to force push you. Stick his lightsaber right through you. Come on. Here we have That is, sorry my hand is shaky, but... Okay, I just moved my camera a little bit closer, so that should help. Here we have Boba Fett, the droid's Boba Fett. I actually did mean to put him somewhere over here, but, I mean, I just have him over here for now. Bring some color, bring some light into this section. Not too much to where it's crazy, but just enough. And then, of course, the actual body mold that every single Boba Fett should be on. I feel like I've been saying of course a lot. Yeah, can't wait for Scar Squadron. Those stormtroopers are going to go up there. New body mold stormtroopers. So yeah, always got to save some space, man. Conserve space. Emperor Palpatine with his 2 royal guards back there. But I did get that Guards of Evil 4-pack this year for like $70, $80. So sliding on that, I did get an extra royal guard that I can put there. So I love that with the Imperial Senate Guard from earlier this year. Love how all those guys look around him. Sorry that my camera's picking up over there. My finger, excuse me. The retro carded Obi-Wan with I think the best Darth Vader figure that we have in the line, the Empire Strikes Back version. As I mentioned last year, I was getting Jedi robes for all of my prequel Jedi, but they just didn't come in time for the collection video, but now I got them. Here is the darker robe I got for Anakin. And you can see how much it just boosts these figures, man. Look at that. That actually makes that figure almost appear like it's good. Yeah, no, it's still pretty garbage. It is what it is. Here's Luke. I really hope that they release a Return of the Jedi Luke on that newer body. Because as you can see, the weight is stressing there on that figure. I have the Mandalorian in the center here just because I think that that's the best looking Beskar Mandalorian. But also I wanted to stretch out the amount of Mandos I had. I just couldn't put that many Mandos up into one space. Because as many times, Mando only changed his costume so many times, but he is so popular that Hasbro just get him out there. Throw snow on him. Do whatever, do whatever, do whatever. But it's kind of weird having him standing next to Nihilus. But again, the centerpiece is where I put some of my favorite figures and the figures that I just think are characters that I just think are very important to the Star Wars mythos. And the Mandalorian is kind of one of them, along with those guys. Looking good. I do have a dedicated Old Republic section that I'm planning to put up soon. I actually already have the space saved, which y'all will see in a minute. But here we got, of course, some more miscellaneous guys. Y'all have seen most of this, I believe. This figure I did get this year, though. This is actually the last wave I have all of them of. And I did get all of this wave. I got the full case off of Entertainment Earth, but it was 15% off. I think it was actually 20% off. So yeah, of course I stood on that. I love that bit before Trinity figure, actually. It looks really good. Doesn't pose great, but it's fine. Mandalorian characters. Y'all have seen all these guys before. Only some of these guys are new. The client figure is new. I like that figure, to be fair. And, yeah. Kind of playing the long game on a lot of Mandalorian stuff, so it is what it is. But it would be cool to have a Season 1 Mix Mayfeld. I love that Cobb Vanth figure. Timothy Oliphant. What was his character in The Office? What was that guy's name? It was, I forgot, but it is what it is. I forgot his name, but man, I actually really liked that character. It was so weird when Jim tried to get an explanation out of him as to why he didn't want to call Pam up again. Like, that was, Jim, you're married to her. Like, it doesn't matter if you didn't like her. That's just so weird of Jim to do. Yikes. But yeah, anyways, Night Brothers there. I have this Darth Maul, and that is the Darth Maul Sith Apprentice lightsaber I have him with, just because it was shinier. But I got some more Mandalorians behind him. The Droid 3-pack I also got on sale, 20% off of Shop Disney. Love, not 3-pack, I don't know how many figures it was, maybe like 5. But yeah, love that. Love those little colorful droids. Nice to have a pit droid. Really charming. None of the Dark Troopers I've gotten for full price. These two are my newest ones. I got these for $20 used off of Amazon. And I got those for $23 off of Target for pre-order. So yeah, it was cool to get that. Got our Separatists. Again, as I say, come on. More droids, man. Commando droids. Droidicas. Those damn, what were they called? Do you guys remember? The Super Battle Droids, of course. Yeah, B2s. I wonder how many people out there are fleshing out a Hostage Crisis Bounty Hunter team from the Clone Wars. You remember that episode? You still need some commando droids, some like an IG-86 unit. I guess you could customize that. And another Hondo species guy that I do not remember the name of. And somebody else, but yeah, that would be a lot to still get to that team. But at least you have those two, to be fair. Those are really the only relevant ones. And Toto. It's crazy how little figures they did for the Book of Boba Fett, but when you really consider it, I guess they did. Like, if you consider, like, figures from other lines, like the Mandalorian line, you do have a good amount of them. But yeah, it's just strange how little they did. Weird. Got that Black Chrysanthemum back there. I got that for, like, 20% off, so I figured I could just use it as a stand-in up until that deluxe version comes out, I think. Here we have Fennec Shand and Boba Fett. This is actually not as good as a figure that I wanted it to be, but I do have him posed all right there, in my opinion. And Nomad Boba Fett from that wave. Ned B, and of course another little mini Obi-Wan section I have. He's conveniently actually standing next to my Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. I know that they never dueled in this outfit, but hey, look, they gave him a lightsaber, so I just did what I did. But yeah, I'd only have Ned B here just because he was supposed to go back there where the Obi-Wan is. I only have him here because I guess I just wanted to look at him. I love his yellow. Not a lot of figures up here are yellow. Not a lot of figures up here are that color, so yeah. Got General Grievous. Really do like this figure, actually. It feels like his joints are more stable than the last one. He has not fallen over that much, and this is a pretty dynamic pose I have him in. The last one, I have a stand wrapped around his waist. Cad Bane from Bracca. He's being very dramatic. You know, he's a poser. It is what it is. Sith Apprentice Darth Maul. Mandalorian, Ahsoka Mandalorian. I was going to get that 2-pack. Well, I wasn't going to get that 2-pack, but maybe on sale I would have gotten it, and I would have put the Cloaked Ahsoka up there. But just no, not for $60, $70, bro. What are y'all thinking? Y'all are out of your damn minds. So yeah, I'm waiting on that one. But I do kind of want that pack now because I want another shinier Beskar Mandalorian. That newer version that you see over there, the Maldo Kreese version, he has some nice shiny paint on him. The Infinities Darth Vader that appeared in like one panel of the comic book, but believe it or not, this is actually one of my most like. This is a figure that was on my wish list, just a white Darth Vader. But I figured that they'd never make it because I didn't even think that they knew what Star Wars Infinities is. But, yeah, no, here it is. Out of nowhere. And it's beautiful. I love it. Love the crisp white that they used on it. Yeah, it's nice. I guess it's as simple as taking a Darth Vader body mold and just repainting it white, but I like it. I like it, man. I like it a lot. I love the Star Wars comic books, you know, so I kind of have a soft spot for the figures from there. Like that Jaina Solo figure that they did, bro, it's probably the best articulated figure in the line. Like, in terms of range and everything like that, she has a double ab crunch. Like, that is almost futuristic technology. Anyway, here is one of my favorite figures again, Ahsoka. My favorite figures tend to be centerpieces. Like, these are some of my favorite figures, but I also try to make them somewhat important to the story, so I just don't have somebody random in the center where they don't belong. Like, right before... Honestly, my collection was looking very disorganized before I made this video, but, like, in the recent months, I've been trying to spruce it up and get it looking a little bit better. Sometimes you just gotta sacrifice organization to pose the way that you want. You know what I'm saying? My prequel section is by far the most recently altered place in my display. I just took all of my prequel figures down and just started reposing them. This year, I just put all the prequel heroes in terms of like, sort of like chronologically based on like their appearances and everything. So starting over here, we have the episode 1 heroes, of course, and the spider from Mandalorian, just because I wanted to look at it, have it up front. And then we're going into some more episode 2. Got the main heroes here. I love Leia's, and you guys know how much I love all those costumes and everything, but Padme had some great costumes as well. So come on, get her some more figures, man. Natalie Portman, let's get it going. But yeah, I actually really love how these three look together. Have those guys, got the Jedi right behind him. Phase 1 clones, of course, because this is sort of like a mini episode 2 section. And then that transitions into the Clone Wars. Of course, the 2003 Clone Wars came first, so I have the ARC Trooper here as a sort of representation of that. I wanted to have him somewhat close to the Phase 1 Clone Troopers, but I also just kind of wanted to put him in front, have him next to Obi-Wan just because I like him. And then, of course, the Clone Wars, as you see there. So I got the 501st boys up front, the 212th boys, which I think is actually my favorite color scheme, having like just the orange on white. It's just beautiful, isn't it? My favorite figure up here, probably one of my favorite figures up here, just because of the story behind it. The 2003 Walgreens exclusive Obi-Wan, Clone Wars Obi-Wan. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite figures up here, man. The way that I found that figure, bro, is just crazy. I've told the story enough times, though. We got the Genndy Tartakovsky Mace Windu with the 187th Battalion troopers around him. I wasn't expecting those figures to be released this year, or to even have those figures announced ever. It's crazy to have that clone trooper repaint before some of the other ones. But it's fine, I'll take it. Here we have some Kamino clone troopers. It would be nice to get a Shaak Ti, but for now, those boys are just sticking together. Now, holiday edition stuff, I don't usually get all of it unless I have a reason for it. And clone troopers, I mean, you know, they customize their armor to the point where it's like, this wouldn't be too unorthodox. Like, why couldn't their commanders not let them customize it like this? They clearly don't care about battlefield visibility. Like, they let their troopers wear bright white costumes. So if you're going to be seen, you might as well just customize your costume however you want to. And I feel like that's what these clones did of the 681st X-Ray Battalion, the 339th Gingerbread Legion, and the 225th Christmas Battalion, whatever, you know, maybe they're all in one legion. They're all just holiday colored troopers. Clone Commandos over here, because as you guys know, if you played the game, you do start off at the Battle of Geonosis, so I have them over there. And some game clone troopers over here. Umbra Operative. Crazy we still haven't gotten those rest of the 3 ARC troopers, but I guess they're just keeping us on the line there, making us wait a little bit. Cal Kestis and those 13th Battalion clone troopers, which I got a lot. I mean, I can't lie, bro. They just, that's how you do realistic realistic clone troopers on the new body mold, man. That black line, I will say, it kind of does make a difference. I wasn't really worried about it on the 212th troopers, like it didn't really matter to me, but now looking at it, yeah, bro. That's a nice thing. But I mean, if y'all see the K2SO over there, that was originally the Red Eyes variant K2SO that I used a whiteout on the eyes on, and now it kind of looks like a demon. So I'm clearly not that great at customizing, and I don't intend to learn. It's fine. I like these 212 troopers as they are. And one of my favorite figures as well, the Bad Batch Echo. Here are the 501st people. And as you can see, as I mentioned, I do try to get it going somewhat chronologically. Sorry, I'm hopping down my ladder here. Again, as I said, it's difficult to be on the shorter side. Or maybe it's just hard to have your shelf at the highest shelf in the room. But as I mentioned before, keeping it moving sort of chronologically. So as you can see there, here's the Clone Wars as it is. And then we're coming into Revenge of the Sith here with some Revenge of the Sith Jedi and some Revenge of the Sith clone commanders. You can pass that clone trooper off as either Commander Appo or the poor clone that Obi-Wan saw, whatever you want to do with it, you know. But in my head, I'm passing it off as the poor clone that Obi-Wan saw. Don't have a Commander Cody to put here, but that's because he's preoccupied. You know, he's chilling. And yeah, that should be it. Oh, whoops, almost fell. There's the whole prequel section. Prequel heroes, at least. I'm glad that I changed it up. And I'm really impressed with how the clone army is looking, actually. I remember my first clone was Wolf. So it's just crazy to think that we've come this far. They've done a lot more clones in the line. Clearly, they seem to have a grasp on what's popular, I guess, according to like sales numbers and everything. Because as much as I would love to get more original trilogy, and honestly, there are some sequel figures I want. I want a Sith Eternal Palpatine. I'm fine with Clone Trooper repaints. I'm cool with it. I even have Echo's little head there, sort of to represent him dying, but also he's just up there. He's chilling. But yeah, let's wrap this up. Let me just say, so glad that we got that new Ahsoka coming out. I think what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna have her fighting the Mandalorian Darth Maul. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of fire. Yeah, and I'll have that Padawan version here. That Padawan Ahsoka is my most wanted, like, Star Wars figure, so... yeah, Season 3 to 5 Ahsoka, here we come. Oh, look at that. That is a shot and a half right there. So, my whole Black Series journey, I think I've been collecting for... the first figure I got was the First Order Stormtrooper back in 2015? Yeah, back in 2015. I got that Christmas time. And I had put a pause on it up until 2018. I wasn't really collecting because back then I was still big into the 3.75-inch Clone Wars figures, even though that they had stopped making them. I still loved those figures, man. Especially the animated versions. These two figures I just got on sales earlier this year, and I just decided to pick them up. But I had a huge collection of those, the vehicles and everything. I just loved that. So when I started collecting Marvel Legends in the 6-inch scale, I was just like, bro, you know what? I'm seeing these Black Series figures on clearance. Let me slide on a few of them. And it just sprawled into this over the course of 4 or 5 years. Yeah. That's cool. I love these figures, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I know I don't really display my Black Series collection orthodox, you know, not very orthodox display. A lot of displays I see, they're in bookcases and stuff like that. But I like to have all my stuff on one shelf. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at it like it's a huge picture. Just all these characters together, the whole story of Star Wars told. Legends, canon, sequel, original, prequel. It's all the same to me, man. It's just Star Wars, and I love Star Wars. So yeah. I love putting on the blue lights on the other one, and then the white lights on top. I love that perspective right there. I just wanted to share that with y'all. As we wrap this video up, look at that. That's my favorite way to look at it right there. That's usually what I have the lights on whenever I'm just coming in. You know us collectors, like, come on, y'all. We come in and like, we'll just turn on the lights or whatever, and we'll stare at it for hours. Let's do red. Let's see, red. Red is a little bit too dark, but it still looks fire. And let's, of course, do a mixture of those two. Purple. Purple down here and purple down there. Ooh-wee. All right, there we go. That is my best attempt to get the whole shelf in one perspective for y'all. So zooming in here. Guys, be proud of your collection. Do not be modest when it comes to your figures, because this is your time, your money, your hard work, your love, your passion. Do not be modest with your collection. Do not compare your collection to other people, because your collection is what you want it to be. As corny as that is, that's the moral of the story. I don't usually leave on high notes, inspirational high notes at least. But yeah, I love that. And I didn't mention, but I love that Bad Batch Echo, man. So yeah, about as weird as the Black Series line is, as much as I question the things that they do, I take it slow. I wait for sales. Wait for sales if you don't want to pay full price for something, man. That's how I've garnered all this stuff. It's all right to wait, you know? And whenever you see something that you want right away, get it right away, man. Get it right away. It's all right to miss out. Just enjoy it. I love Star Wars, so I got all these. Your collection, you don't need to get everything, man. That's not fun. What's fun is getting what you want. I wouldn't get any of those other carbonized figures except for that one because I don't need them. It wouldn't be fun for me to get them. Collect what you want. Don't judge nobody else because we're all Star Wars fans here, at least in this video. And we all love Star Wars. And this is how I express that love with all of these little teeny tiny people, right? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll be sure to catch you all in the Marvel video, the Marvel collection video. So later. Ooh, look at that, look at that. This is the way, isn't it? It's weird saying that next to Nihilus. You know, you say this is the way, but you're also standing next to somebody who killed 4 billion people. Like, that's just crazy.